Wait for the entry.
That's right. Yeah, those of you that are not in Tesla yet, this is a great opportunity to get into the longs here. Can you guys see it? This 363.26. There it goes. Did I or did I not say that? It's because I saw this is the channel right here.
Now, would that be a little triple top there?
It is. Yep, it is. 365.50 is what you're looking for to break now, right? SPY doing the same thing at the 610.24 mark that I just marked. That is its channel. I will not long SPY unless it can break that 610.25. But Tesla, you guys were able to scoop up at 363.26. Did you see why I said that, Steven?
Yes, sir. I see that.
And that was right here off of this channel line. And the beauty of that spot, Steven, is that the 21 was right below it. So if I got in right here, which is where I said the stop is right here. So I have a very small risk and a maximum size reward, right?
Absolutely.
Hey, coach, question.
Yes, go ahead.
That channel that you just put together there, is that just off the lower consolidation period?
It was. That was exactly what I based it off. Yep, the first consolidation point. And I had a backing of the 21, which gave me strength. Frank, go ahead. You got your hand up?
Good morning, Coach.
Good morning.
A quick question. You switch gears, beautiful, smooth. The question I have is, when did you know to go to that 5 minute and stay and put it in fifth gear like that?
You mean for Tesla?
Yes.
Yeah, just because once you guys get into a juicy trade, which it is, and it's staying and it's respecting the 9 the whole way, you don't want to be looking at it in the short term anymore. You want to start now looking at it like, I want to hold this a long time. Remember, anytime we go to long candles, the idea behind it is holding longer. So if I'm looking at a 1 minute and we're quick in and out, that means I'm looking at short time frame. So if I'm flipping it to a 5, 10, or a 15, I'm thinking long, right? Long term. It could be hours today on a 5 minute, right? Yep. And it's
so when it really starts to work your way, you switch to a 5 to take the pressure off your eyes.
That's correct. Because when you're looking at the 1 and it's constantly, you're You're like, right? Like a roller coaster ride.
Right. Thanks, Coach.
You got it, partner. Yeah, Tesla's still above that channel. Everybody see it? You're still good on Tesla. Nobody's sweating, right? Some people are like, yes, I am a little bit, Coach. Stop it.
I am.
Yeah, don't. You're all right. You know, the funny thing is while you guys are all panicking, all I see is Tesla's going to rocket new high. You guys want to know why?
Above this
Because
channel.
it's staying up so tall. It's staying
Yep.
so long, and because the way it's consolidating is still staying up extremely tall. This thing has never got heavy on the vine, not one time. Tells me this is extremely still bullish. And now you're about to get new high day. So while you guys are all panicking, I'm like, you guys are in the best position you could possibly be in, right? That's from living in the matrix for a long time. And eventually you too will get there. What is the trend of Tesla?
Up.
So what are you freaking out about?
Friend is your friend.
Yeah. Does anybody see Tesla getting heavy on the vine like this? Because I don't.
Nope.
All I see is a beautiful flag up here. Look, this is all I see. All I see is a winner flag. Winner, winner, chicken dinner flag. See it?
How much weight do you put on it? It's almost basically right at yesterday's high.
Well, that's why we would go. Well, no, it's way beyond yesterday's high. Way beyond yesterday's high. But you guys need to go back in time. I can't right now. I'm in an actual.
Yeah, 2 days. 2 days ago, I meant.
Gotcha. What is the high 2 days ago exactly to the penny? What is it?
365.
Oh, it's already past that, so you're good. There's your. Now, what did I say? Didn't I say this looks great? New high a day. Well, this is what I said. So while you guys are all freaking out and panicking on a consolidation, I'm like, this is great. You guys are set up. Enjoy the ride. Is anybody still in Tesla because you did not get all the way out? Oh, yeah. If you're in an EWO. You're going to make $1 million today. Results not guaranteed. Legal. But if you're in a 2-minute EWO, it means you're really locked in and you're going to respect the rules. You are golden. You're going to shed when you're supposed to, and you're going to leave the last runner forever as long as it's above what?
VWAP.
VWAP. Yep. Good job.
Welcome to the Aftermarket. American Dream Trading. You have entered the Aftermarket. AmericanDreamTrading.com. Welcome. You are now in the Aftermarket.
Your microphone is off, Don.
You mean to tell me I've been talking that whole freaking time
Oh
with
yeah.
no mic?
Oh yeah.
God damn it.
Don't worry,
Thank
I was
you.
interpreting it for you. Everybody can see what's going on.
Thank you, Gilly. Oh my God. What is happening?
Not
Okay.
much.
Okay. I don't feel like saying all that shit over and over. Everything was okay. Well, anyway, basically, I just said the same thing that I always say. American Dream Trading was founded by Chad Christian, who's a 33-year stock market vet, and he has literally traded in every market condition imaginable. And thank God he has members like Gilly and Bucko and people who they're probably like Dawn down in the chat. And of course, I haven't looked down there yet. So thank you guys for coming up and rescuing me. See, this is the kind of group we have.
That's right.
Right? We got each other's back. They couldn't stay there and hey, we can't hear you. But if you're looking for a trading home, this is the place to come. We've got premium memberships. We've got the VIP membership, the VIP Gold membership, where you can get tons and tons of training. You can get extra breakout rooms. You can get weekend training. So if you've ever wanted to learn to trade, come to the right place. You have come to the right place. Our coaches, what is it now? Over 11 millionaires, guys, that he's created. Retired hundreds of people. Yeah. So if you can get it the right way, you've come to the right place. What I was putting up here was, don't forget to like and subscribe. Make sure you're smashing that like button. The link to AmericanDreamTrading.com is where you would go to get signed up to become a member, and it's pinned right to the top of the live chat. I was mentioning before that we're trying to get Coach to 15,000 subscribers, and right now we're doing well. We got 13,782. That's 100 more than we had last Friday. So good job, gang. Way to go. Way to bring them in. Make sure you guys are smashing that like button. Yeah, man. It was like 687 or something last Friday. So over the weekend, got almost 100 new subscribers.
Yeah.
Nice. So tonight, I wanted to go over just a little something. Top 5 resilient habits. And, it doesn't matter what kind of techniques you're taught over here, okay? If you don't have the strategies, and if you don't have the resilience, if you don't have patience, if you don't have discipline, and if you don't follow the freaking rules, nothing we teach you technically is going to matter. Am I right?
Absolutely.
It ain't going to mean shit if you don't have patience and wait for the right setup.
Yeah. Hey, Don, I gotta let you go.
All right, baby. Thank you for coming and letting me know.
Remember that car with all the circles on it?
You working on it? They gave you your money?
It's in here.
Oh.
Yeah, I'll see you in a couple days.
All right. Get her did. He is going in, ladies and gentlemen. He's going in. Thanks, Gilly. Bye-bye. Oh, man. Did you see that car? Dude, that car, he takes like hail. When your car gets dented by hail, that's what he does for a living. He's got a shop where he gets the dents out of your car that's created by hail. So, all right. Hold on. Hey, Bucko.
Hey.
What's going on, baby? How are you?
Good. Doing some errands real quick. Picking up some money from some customers.
Okay, I know that's right. Get it done, Buck. Get it done. All right, so we're going over top 5 resilient habits. Number 1, daily reflection on trades, right? Daily reflection on trades is something that we always talk about. And the best time to reflect on a trade is literally right after you just made that trade, right? Because that's when it's fresh in your mind. Would you agree with that, Bucko?
Yes, ma'am.
That's fresh. That's best time to do it. All right. You just got out of the trade. Either you made money or you didn't. and you know all of the particulars of that trade. So take some time to reflect on what you did right, and hopefully you did it right and followed the rules and made some money. Or, God forbid you did it wrong and you were red. Reflect on that as well. Figure out what you did wrong. This is where you do your back testing. You go back in, figure out what time you got in. Like I did that with that one trade last week. I figured out I was 2 minutes away from the green. It was a 2-minute mistake that cost me $2,000. Actually, I'm gonna count the money I love. It cost me $2,200. 2 minutes. So you learn from your mistakes. That's why you got to reflect on them, right? So take some time to reflect on your trades and see where you went right and see where you went wrong, right? Bucko, you got anything to say about that, darling, while you're up here with me? We got Maria down there saying, hey, y'all. We got BIG down there saying, let's go. We got Callie down there. How you doing, baby? Joseph Paletto down there. Gilly with the heart. Thank you, Gilly. Pappy D down there. Welcome. We've got Laura Shirley said, I can hear. Oh, yeah. Yeah. We know what happened there. Future Trader, what's up? We got Vegan Knowledge, JJ. Sorry, I just signed in. It's all good, honey. It is all good. Leonard Jones is in here. What's up? Leonard Pebbles is in here. Welcome. Claudia Perez, welcome. Timo, what's up, honey? Timo, we got to get a Maryland meetup happening. Oracle, what's going on? Okay, so what the first habit of resilience is, again, daily reflecting. Number 2, setting clear stop loss levels, right? So you want to make sure that you have your levels all mapped out before you even get in that trade. You and only you know what your loss tolerance is, right? So you've got to figure out your own proper risk management. What can you afford to lose in that trade? And you need to set your stop loss accordingly, right? So if you're in the trade and you are in with, say, $1,000, but you don't want to lose any more than 3%, well, 3% of that is $30, right? So once you're down 30, you got to get out of that trade. You got to make sure you have your clear levels and that you got all that stuff set up before you begin that trade, right? And some platforms let you do it while you're setting up the trade. Some you have to do after. I know Robinhood, you can't set a stop loss while you're setting up or getting in the trade. You have to do it once you're already in the trade, which sucks. But at least they do have something available for you to have a stop loss. Webull, you can do it at the time of the trade. So, or you know what I mean? You can get it set up before the trade. So make sure you have clear levels and don't lose more than 1, 2, 3% of your entire account. It's very important that you keep that rule because it will keep you in the green. It will keep you with buying power. If you don't have buying power, you can't trade the next day. Isn't that right, Milk Money? Milk Money.
Absolutely.
Hi.
Hello,
How are
how
you?
are you?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm better now that you're here.
Oh, bless your heart.
How'd you do this weekend?
I did. What did you say? Sorry.
How'd you do this weekend?
How did I do this weekend? I had a great weekend.
That's awesome.
Yes.
Can you guys hear me? Am I low?
No, I can hear you just fine.
Okay, cool. I'm going over the top 5 resilient habits.
Yeah, I've seen. I've been watching.
Yeah. So I'm like, 2 is setting the clear stop loss. And I know one thing in futures, you guys really, really pound home the stop losses because that stuff moves so quick over there.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
if you don't have stops in futures, you're done. You're gonna be in the past. How was training this weekend? I'm so sorry that we missed that, but I'm gonna catch the recording this week.
Oh, for last night.
Yeah.
So the market was pretty slow. I mean, we still made money, but it wasn't very active like what it has been the last couple Sundays. So the most action we really had was the first half hour of the call where we charted. But outside of that, like, it was pretty quiet. It was a pretty quiet Sunday.
Cool. Well, at least you made money.
Absolutely.
And that's the name of the game. You know what I mean? As long as you guys are green. But yeah, Ange, for those of you who don't know, is over there with Mark in the futures section. We mentioned him earlier. And yeah, they are kicking some serious butt over there and really, getting people trained up to do futures. Were you in here? I don't think you were in here when Lee was in here.
No,
we had
I think I was, I don't know how long ago before I came in. He had been gone.
I think he left probably about maybe 6 months or so before you got here. But yeah, he was like one of the only ones doing futures, and I remember him doing very well at it. And then he stopped. I think it got too much for him, because unfortunately he has Parkinson's. So, yeah, it just got a little bit too much for him. Shout out to Lee wherever you are, my brother. Thinking about you. Okay, so number 3 in the list of resiliency. Okay, practicing mindfulness or stress relief. It's another thing that you want to do when you're practicing resilience, because if you don't know how to manage stress, there's no way you're going to be resilient enough to stay in here. Would you guys agree with that?
100%.
Yeah.
Yep.
You don't know how to manage stress, you can forget it. So, Bucko, man, you're not gonna say nothing?
I'm about to pull up at home and be back by the computer. But yeah, I agree with that 100%.
Okay, I just want to hear your voice, man. Just know you're still with us. Thank you for coming up on the panel. I appreciate you.
I was trying to save you, but Gilly beat me to it.
And did you see what I did? Oh my God, I talked for like the first 10 minutes of like the talk off on mute. I'm like, fuck! I really wanted to just scream the F word to the top of my lungs. I mean, just I'm like, and I was like kind of rolling too. It was, kind of rolling off the tongue. I was really, relaxed. I'm like, I'm not saying that shit. Everybody knows what I say. But
you look very energetic while you were talking.
Did I? Okay, it's the grapes and the quinoa. Thank you for saying that. I felt energetic. Just couldn't be heard. But yes, practicing mindfulness. Some people laugh at the whole idea of meditation and breath work for trading. But let me tell you something. Those two things for a trader can be your saving grace. If you learn how to, you don't have to own money, put me on. No, you don't have to do all of that. But if you just get into learning how to take deep breaths and step back from the computer, maybe take a walk around your condo or your house or whatever, just to kind of get the blood flowing and just get in a corner and relax, have some quiet time and get yourself into a mode where you're calm, it will help your trading so much. Speaking of which, I did not trade before 10 o'clock today. I did not break that rule. So it was so funny too, because I looked at Meta and it was 10:54 this time. And I'm like, Don't you do it. So, but here's the thing. I didn't have any money to trade today. I had $100 in my Robinhood account, and I wasn't going to trade with that because I'm like, I'm not going to do that. So that's too far out of the money, but I couldn't resist. It started that downtrend again. So I went all the way down to where the $100 contracts were, and I still made $50. I made 100, but it pulled back. And of course, me sitting in it, but I still got out of it with $50. I'm like, damn, okay. Why am I getting $900 contracts again? Because of the delta. Because if you go to a much, much higher delta, you make money a lot quicker. You don't have to sit in it all day to make $100. We got a new person coming in. That is your favorite person in mine's too. Pebbles.
Oh, Pebbles. I like Pebbles too.
I do too. Pebbles, my boy. Pebbles, my babe. Pebbles, how'd you do today, buddy? Talk to me.
Yeah, I only have 2 trades today, but I was in for an hour, and I had my stops in, and I shredded, and so it was a good trade, and
Nice.
well, I was happy. Got out when my stop was above where I got in, so I was good.
So are you saying you properly planned these trades out and executed them properly and you were green?
I did today, yes.
Give it up. Give it up for Pebbles. Yes.
Yeah.
Way to go. You sound a lot better than you did Friday. You sound a little down Friday. Things didn't happen right. And you came at same with me. And we did it good today. We had a good day. I'm happy.
Well, I was on Saturday, and I listened a lot to David L. And I reviewed his. I didn't do it 30 times, but I did it a couple times and took notes, and then I did another one of David L's, and so I'm gonna go back and do it until I get it right. So
nice.
And then I also, because I'm like when coach is on in the morning and trading starts, I have to turn them off because I can't concentrate on trading at the same time. So after the day is done, then I go back and listen to it all over again in the aftermarket. So I still have to do that tonight yet, but I will. And because it's just like Ann says, she has to turn off everything to trade. Well, I do too.
I don't blame you for that. For the most part, I stay in the call. But if I'm really focused, and I mean, even coach will tell you that if you have to take the headset off or mute it, then do what you have to do. The important thing is that you're trading properly and that you're focused in that trade. You know what I mean? So do what you have to do. And if that means muting the call, mute the damn call. You guys down there, some people, I couldn't hear. Well, you can control that.
Yeah. Well, I do the pre, the 4 o'clock to when coach comes on, I listen to there, but as soon as trading starts, I just click it off, and then I'm in the trading mode, and I've got all I can do to just concentrate on that.
Yeah.
I can go and review the day later.
Good for you.
That way I can take notes too.
Yeah.
Start taking notes, when things are flying.
Yeah, you can always go back. That's the cool thing about Coach going live. You can always go back and watch the live after you're done with your trades and see what it was that you didn't hear,
Right.
If he gave you some tips or tips or tricks that you could have used in the trade, well, then maybe you can use them the next day, but at least it's there for you to be able to go back to. So yeah, good for you, Don't sit in it if you can't concentrate.
But I tell you what, I wish I was like everybody else. I wish that I was doing better, especially when the stock market is going down every day.
Mm-hmm. Well, everything's kind of having a down time right now.
Because
Turn it down. Everything's kind of tanking right now. You know what I mean? It's kind of
I
like,
could be playing the other side, as my stocks slide into oblivion.
well, are you playing the inverse of the stock? What stock are you doing? The AAPU or?
No, I left Apple go today because I was in these and I never got back to Apple. Oh, by the way, Apple, the 90-day challenge, is that just for Apple or is that for all the stocks?
It's all of them, right? I think so. Yeah, I think it's all of them.
All right. I didn't know.
Yeah, the cool thing about the 90-day challenge, I think it's for anybody who wants to challenge themselves on not only stocks, but like just consistency and stuff like that. So it you make it what you want it to be about. Whatever your goal is for 90 days, that's what you put in there. It could be to be green for 90 days straight. You know what I mean? It could be to trade Apple for 90 days straight. It could be to get $200 a day for 90 days. Whatever it is to you, that's what it is.
Oh, okay.
So you can customize the 90-day challenge for Pebbles. Bucko made it back in here. What's up?
Not much.
So you are...
Felt bad for leaving when I was saying bye.
Somebody asked me about crypto this weekend. How's things over in crypto?
Going good, going good. Trying to get some videos out for the new people to learn.
Sweet, sweet, sweet. Well, we can always use crypto videos. So if you guys are trying to learn crypto, Bucko is one of our moderators over there. He's everywhere, actually, but he is also over in the crypto area. So if you have questions, and you're interested in trading crypto, join our crypto membership, and Bucko will be helping you out over there. For sure. For sure.
I like to practice scalping in the 2-minute EWO because I'm trying really hard to learn that. I will. I know I'm like a roller coaster. I can't ever make my mind up. But by God, I will get this figured out and I will use it. I will use it. But I go over to crypto on the weekend and I practice. I practice over there so I can have a live chart.
You know what I'm doing? I'm kind of doing the same thing. I'm using the 2-minute because I've established that I like to sit in a trade. I like a lengthy trade as long as I can get it, I don't mind sitting in it, right? So I've been using the 2-minute. I'm not necessarily using it the way that it's laid out. I'm using the 9 entry, that strategy, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm using the 9 as my entry point and not the EWO, but I am in the 2-minute. You know what I'm saying? So as it's doing whatever it's doing, as long as the 2-minute has it lined up and it looks like it's still in one, it's a lot easier trade. When you're watching the 1 minute, if you're not a scalper, when you're scalping, it's perfect. It gives you just what you need to get in and out. So I see it's different after you've had some screen time. You can play with the indicators then. You can, but when you're brand new, you have to follow that to the exact letters because you don't know when to get in. You don't know all the nuances that can happen to you. Like it can go against you because you didn't see that double top coming, So after you're a little bit seasoned, you can kind of play with stuff a little bit and mix some things up, go in on the 1 minute and then switch it to a 2. You know what I mean? So it's pretty cool. It's like David gets in a trade and scalps the shit out of it and then leaves his runners. He takes all his money up front and then lets the runners run, So we're making up things as we go along because coach taught us all the right way as the basics. He taught us how to trade, It's like once you learn how to ride a motorcycle, then you can pick whatever kind of course, or crazy, like if you want to start doing wheelies and riding against traffic or whatever it is you want to do. Once you have enough skills in you, you can do whatever you want with that bike. Well, that's what Coach has done for us, so good for you. If sitting in the 2 minute is working for you, continue to use it. If it's not, only you know.
2-minute EWO works well for Bitcoin.
You heard that, right, guys? Works well for Bitcoin. So if you're trading crypto, this lady, it was so adorable this weekend. Is Bitcoin the same thing as crypto? It's like, yeah, actually, Bitcoin is crypto. It was the first, right, Bucko?
Yeah, for the most part. Some Bitcoin maxis, like Michael Saylor would say, there's Bitcoin and then there's crypto, but it's the same.
I'm like, I think Bitcoin was the first time we heard of cryptocurrency, so, but there's so many now. There's so many, but you got Doge, you got XRP, so Ethereum. So it all depends on what tickles your fancy. Number 4 in the resilient top 5, journaling wins and losses. We always go over the same thing, because without a reference point, and Coach said this the other week, if you don't track what you did to get those wins, how are you going to repeat it? If you don't track what you did to get those losses, what's to stop you from doing it again?
That's such a great point that you bring up. That's one thing that I was not very good at in the beginning, was tracking all those. And because I scalp so much and I'm in and out of so many things.
Mm-hmm.
And I noticed this last month and a half, when I've really cut back on the amount of trades that I've done, that I can look back and say a little bit more about what I've done, other than, oh, I just scalped it, right? Like I can actually identify a little bit more at hand of what I've done. So I've even pushed it, like with my son, when he trades too. And for Jeremy as well, like, if you're going to trade, you need to make sure that you're trading your good days and your bad days. And you need to know why they're good days and why they're bad days. And for that same reason, like if you get to a point where you're at a loss and you don't know why, and you're in a slump, you got to be able to go back and do it. And if you can't do it, like, these are kind of like my rules that I'm telling them, like, if you can't do that, then you have no business trading in the first place.
Yes. Let him know.
Yep.
And you got to be hard on him right at the beginning.
Absolutely.
So that he understands that, because he can lose a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to be hard and strict and fast on him right at the onset, so that he knows how serious he needs to take it.
Yep. He didn't realize I was in a paper trade, but I was in TradingView, and I intentionally didn't have a stop, and I knew it was going to tank. He could just tell by looking at it that it was going to. And I let it start like tanking a bit, and I was in a long, so I was complete opposite. I got out my phone and I started messing with it. And he looked over at me. He's like, "Mom, what are you doing?" And I'm like, "What?" And he goes, "You're not paying attention." And I said, "Exactly. You have to pay attention when you're trading." He lost his shit. He's like, he couldn't believe it. I was like down like $3,000.
Whoa!
I was doing like 4 or 5 ES contracts, and it was in the opposite direction. But I needed him to feel what that felt like. That if he doesn't pay attention, that's what's going to happen, and that will blow.
You purposely did that.
Yeah, it was in paper, but
wow,
he didn't know it was in paper. But yeah, he saw it. And he about lost it. He's like, "Mom."
That was good for you to see that, because you knew that he understood the importance of staying focused in that trade.
Yep.
Damn, that's good.
Bullshit. I have trouble with it sometimes. That's why I have to trade the big dogs, because otherwise I'll sit here and I'll be like, squirrel. Oh, I'll look at my email. I'll look up at a different screen, and it'll drop $500 in 3 seconds.
Yeah.
No, You have to pay attention to what you're doing.
Mm-hmm. For sure. That's so funny too, because Jen was reading me. She finished reading me the book today.
Awesome.
And I'm sitting there, and like every 10 minutes I'm picking up my phone because I had the time and sales enlarged on it on Meta, and it was just scrolling, just prices scrolling. So I could look at it and tell whether it was going up or down at a glance, because I knew where the last time I looked at it, it left off. And I'm listening. 10 minutes goes by. I pick up the phone, look at it. Okay. And she's like, "Are you?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm listening." 10 minutes later, look at the phone. Okay, good. They're still going down. Okay. But you have, like, if you're in a trade, you've got to do that.
Yeah.
You really do. So yeah, great teaching. Great teaching. You're an awesome teacher though, Ange.
Thank you.
And
I'm a retired teacher right now.
And the last one, number 5, staying educated and flexible with strategies, which is what we just literally just talked about. Getting in the 1 minute and maybe going to a 2 minute just to, level out some of the white noise. Staying flexible with regards to maybe even what kind of trading you're doing. Are you doing stocks and options, or today are you doing futures? You know what I mean? Coach is flexible in that way. He goes back and forth like that, So you got to stay educated. You got to continue to learn, what's going on in the market. You've got to continue to be educated on what's going on in world events, especially if you're doing futures and things like that. So, staying educated, looking at the trends, that's another way you can get paid. Looking at what's trending, will help get you where you need to be. Staying educated, joining groups like American Dream Trading, right? If you're not getting educated and you're just flying by the seat of your pants and just trading off a whim, that's not a good way to be. You're not going to last. You need to get in a group setting where you have a mentor and a teacher and a trainer like Coach, and moderators and things like that that'll help you learn properly. Not just chasing tickers or jumping in stuff because somebody sent you something on your phone. That's not trading. That's chasing, and you lose a lot of money doing that. So make sure you're getting educated and doing the right thing with strategies. Staying flexible. Did you guys want to add anything to what we're talking about tonight, which is the top 5 strategies for resilient habits, or the top 5 resilient habits? Maybe there's a habit I haven't mentioned that you guys do. No?
I think it's good.
What's up?
I think it's good. I think that was a good list.
Yeah, that's a pretty good list, right? Mark McSee, what's going on, brother? He said, "What's an EWO?" I remember at one point where Mark was like so EWO. If you cut him, the letters EWO would come out of his pores.
He explains it so well too. Like,
yeah,
it's funny how you can hear the same thing from 5 different people and you hear it a different way, but from each of them, but it's the same exact thing, and it just sounds different.
Yeah, crazy. Eminem, what's going on, girl? Miranda, she said your trading reflection checklist at the end of each week. Yeah, ask yourself. Oh, I love it. Ask yourself what setups worked best for me? Did I trade within my strengths?
That's
Where
a good.
did I? Yeah, that is really good. Where did I lack discipline? Did emotions or impulse play a factor? You have to ask yourself that stuff, gang. Very good points, Miranda. You gonna come up here and talk about those? Keep dreaming, Dawn. But yeah, very, very, very good points. Thank
I
you.
like that, trade within your strengths. I think that's so great. I think that is, I'm going to write that down.
Oh, look here. And the operative word is your strengths. I'm not going to trade with Ange's strengths because I'm
Yeah.
not Ange. Trade within your strengths that you've discovered about yourself.
Yeah, and then if you haven't, if you're new and you don't know what those strengths are, like open yourself up to the opportunity to find one. Experiment. Challenge yourself to, figure out what kind of trader you are, I guess is the best way to put that. But
Dude,
I love that.
how many times did you hear me say, I'm a scalper? Yeah, I like scalping. I don't like sitting in trades. I do like sitting in trades because it took me 2 years to realize. I'm like, why are you denying it? Why are you in denial? You sit in trade. What is the one thing that you do almost to your detriment? You sit in freaking trades, sometimes way too long. You're good at it. You're actually good at letting a trade go against you, but recognizing when it's a pullback versus a full reversal. So use that. Get with the 2 minute, find one that has those longer runs, and do what you do best. You sit in trades. I had to have that conversation with myself, Ange.
I like to be, if I'm going to get into a trade that's longer than like a half a second, I want to, like, I don't mind sitting in it if I'm like 10 candles deep in it at that point, like 10 minutes into it. And then like it's got clear direction that's going to keep going the direction that I want it to be going.
Yeah.
Then that's when I'm like, all right, I got this. Like I could sit here and stare at this for a while. Those pullbacks aren't scary, at that point. But yeah, no, that's
Dude, I blame it on Coach. Coach trained the hell out of me and Arlo when I was still new to the group. I had been in the group maybe 5-6 months. He beat it in us about the 2-minute EWO, and the 2-minute EWO trains you to stay in trades.
Yeah.
You have to watch it, obviously, and you don't want to stay in it if it's going below you with regards to VWAP, obviously. But if you can learn how to stay in there throughout pullbacks and things like that, and it ends up going in one direction the whole day, even with the pullbacks. Ultimately, it started here and now it's up here. It had some weirdness, but it ended up, you're gonna make money. You're gonna, if it's going down, if it had some pull, but ultimately you started here and you're down here at the end of the day, you made money. So, now sometimes like if you're GC, you're gonna take that money when you see that first low of day. You're gonna go ahead because you can, get in and out of trades. So you're gonna go, if you have a margin account where you can get in and out, take the green or shed, but if you got just a couple contracts or you don't mind sitting in that, sit in it, get all your money that you can get. At the end of the day, like earlier today, I was in Meta. I could have taken it when it was at $100, but I knew that Meta was going lower. It just was in that trend. I've really learned this stock. I've been watching it and I know how it acts. So I knew it was going to continue to the downside. I ended up with $50 for the day. I should have taken the 100. Yeah. But if it had gotten below the level that I had marked out, that was a tip. But either way, I put $100 in the trade. I'll take it. A 50% trade. That's crazy. So, it did go up for a little bit, but it ultimately ended up going right back down, which I knew it would. So, and you really don't know. I hate to put it like that, but you know what I mean when I say it's like if you kind of learn how stock acts, and obviously if it flies up against you because something on the news or something, you got to hurry up and get out of there. But yeah. Yep. So learn your stocks, guys. And that's another thing. Getting in one stock, like I hear you and Mark talk about like different ones that you do, like oil, gold, ES, NQ. There's still just a couple. You're not calling out a whole slew of things.
Yeah.
So
there's usually, I mean, I'm pretty sure like there's the few of us that have like the one-offs, but like even for myself, we don't want we don't want to like be watching too many, or you'll miss all the good stuff, right? So like NQ, ES, crude oil, gold, silver, euro. Trying to think of like any of the others, but those are like the basics. Copper, just and gasoline. So like there's a few in a couple sectors that we pay attention to, but yeah, you don't want to overdo it.
Right. I've got like 4 main ones. Meta, obviously, IWM, Apple, Google, and Amazon.
RTY is another one. Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, I myself, like, I'm like Nate, like I have a list of, I think 8, and I circle through those to look for the best setup. And if I'm just not finding anything, or the market's just not giving me what I'm looking for, then I know that I can switch up my strategy and just start scalping off the 9. So then I can just switch it. So yeah, it's nice to know more than one strategy, but at the same time, like, you got to be super careful that you don't confuse the two, or however many strategies just not to confuse them or mix them.
Absolutely.
So
well, this has been fun. Where are we at? Jeffrey, what's up, brother? How you doing? Vegan knowledge. What did she say? I want to learn. She says she wants to learn scalping. Oh, that's not vegan knowledge. That is just what? Just casual X. Okay. I want to learn scalping, but I'm going to focus on the 2-minute for a while. Very smart. Very smart. She feels like she's really good at it. There we go with the strengths. If you find that you have a strength in that, run with it. If it ain't broke, honey, don't fix it. Right? So she dipped out, didn't she? Hey, Bucko! How did you get that? I love that. Is that Bitcoin behind you? That is so cool.
Some coin.
I love it. I wish Restream let us do moving backgrounds on our individual things. That is so cool.
It normally don't work. It normally locks in whatever I come in. But it's letting me change out everything today.
It looks good. I like it. I like it. That's awesome. Let's see. Jeanette, what's going on? Doing great. Good job. Okay, Jeffrey, I'm glad, honey. Good to see you. You're always in here. Eminem said she has a timer set on the hour from when she logs on to do squats, lunges, push-ups, crunches, and jumping jacks. Wow. That's good. That's good, because seriously, sedentary is not something that you want to deal with, dude. So yeah, if you're not getting up and getting some exercise and getting the blood going through the veins, gang, it's a health hazard, right? A lot of people that are into trading will sit at that computer all day. They'll get big and start having health issues. Make sure you are getting your butts up out of those seats and doing some stretching. I do the bike in the morning. Angela leaves me for like an hour. I'll do the hour on the bike, and then I'll do a half an hour of yoga and stretch out, and then I'm good for the day. And throughout the day, I'll go back over on the bike, get another couple of minutes in, walk around the condo for a minute. You know what I mean? It's just, you got to do that. You got to take a break and do that. Get the blood moving. Affirmations. All right, challenge for the week Miranda's got here. Review your last 10 trades. She said, what patterns do you see? Identify one habit to improve next week. then commit to it. Revisit your trading plan. Does it still align with? Good suggestions, Miranda. Give it up for Miranda, man. She is down there giving the tips and tricks down there. Can't get on the panel, but she is certainly down there giving tips and tricks. Thank you, baby girl. You're awesome. I don't get that. You have the sweetest voice, right? Come on. What's the problem? You don't have to have your camera on. Stop it. All right. Anything else you guys want to add before we get out of here?
Nope.
All right. Well, that sounds like a day that we have wrapped up. Once again, we went over top 5 resilient habits, right, on today's Aftermarket. 1 being daily reflection on trades. Number 2 being setting clear stop loss levels, making sure that you're doing that. Number 3 was practicing mindfulness, get that breath work in there, and stress relief. 4, journaling. Make sure you journal your wins and losses. And last but not least, 5, staying educated and flexible in your strategies. So I'm going to end tonight's session with Coach's rules, as I normally do. And I want everybody to have a great night. Thank you, Ange. Thank you, Bucko. Thank you, Bucko and Gilly, for coming up here and rescuing me, and everybody down there in the chat that attempted to get my attention. Pebbles, thank you, as always, brother, and good job on your day-to-day. Everybody that had a green day down there in the chat, Eminem, all you guys, Jeanette, Jeffrey, Leonard Jones, thank you guys for being here. I appreciate your face. Love ya. Peace and blessings. See you guys tomorrow. What was that?
Goodbye. Have a good day.
All right,
tomorrow.
darling. See you tomorrow. We're going to be green again tomorrow, aren't we, Pebbles? Yes, we are.
Please follow the rules. Nobody go rogue. Some of the rules that we have to and live and die by in here is do not lose more than 1 to 3% of your total account value in any given day. Make sure you have stop losses on each and every trade, regardless of shares and or options. Make sure you guys are practicing small base hits. Don't go for home runs. Allow the runners to run and stop out the losers. If you're a new trader, make sure you are paper trading using a simulated trading system such as Webull or some of the other ones that are out there. If you are an expert trader, please make sure you also are being careful the first 3 minutes and the last 8 to 9 minutes of the day. Those are the absolute most volatile times in the entire market. Also, if you're a newer trader, please don't trade in the first 30 minutes or the last hour of the day. Those are the most dangerous times.